love and compassion is prevailing.
Our nation was founded on a bedrock principle that we are all created equal. The project of each generation is to bridge the meaning of those founding words with the realities of changing times. This decision will end the patchwork system we currently have. It will end the uncertainty hundreds of thousands of same-sex couples face. When all Americans are treated as equal, we are all more free. My administration has been guided by that idea. It's why we stopped defending the so-called Defense of Marriage Act.
Well, did you hear and did you feel the earth shake this morning?
The president calling the Supreme Court ruling a victory for America.
That slow, steady effort is rewarded with justice that arrives like a thunderbolt.
Well, the Supreme Court announcing its decision striking down gay marriage bans just about 3 hours ago.
People in communities across the country are talking about today's historic Supreme Court decision on same-sex marriage. By a 5-4 vote, the High Court affirmed the right of same-sex couples to marry in all 50 states.
And the parade comes the day after the Supreme Court's historic ruling on gay marriage, making this normally jubilant crowd all the more excited. Something worthy of a major party.
Across the country, same-sex couples able to tie the knot for the first time. Marriages are taking place everywhere. On Friday, now Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom called this moment surreal.
I thought it'd take 70 years. I mean, I love to romanticize that. I thought we'd be here a decade or so later. I never did.
Justice that arrives like a thunderbolt.
Not the best weather for Pride weekend in the city and today's parade.
Tonight, we are a nation of extremes. The East is cleaning up after vicious storms knocked down trees, snapped power lines, and wrecked buildings. Folks were jolted out of bed by non-stop roaring thunder. In the West, at least 30 large wildfires are thriving on the long drought and relentless heat.
Residents stretching from Virginia to New Jersey say that last night's thunderstorms, like the one that took out this 150-foot-tall oak tree, were extremely violent and very frightening. It was in the forecast as a thunderstorm, but what developed was a much larger weather system in which clusters of storms crashed together. In New Jersey, residents like Paul Marositz described rain and hail coming in sideways.
The wind was worse than Sandy. That's how loud it was.
In Washington, the storm created a spectacular light show, but also forced a group of Girl Scouts camping out at the White House to seek shelter in the executive office building.
This morning, nearly 500,000 people left in the dark.
I've never seen anything like this.
Overnight, intense lightning brightening dark skies across the country, hitting the John Hancock building in Chicago, and non-stop flashes in D.C.
Telephone poles snapped back and forth, unable to stand up to the winds battering western Illinois. Dark clouds collided with the sunset over Chicago's Wrigley Field, creating an orange-black sky. The volatile weather that soaked the roadways and made it nearly impossible to see in Illinois.
It spun up so quickly and disappeared so quickly that it was virtually undetectable ahead of time by radar.
Huge wildfires are raging from